to the wet weather we are seeing all over the Pacific Northwest. In the coming days, we're expecting rain in the Portland metro and lots of snow in the Cascades. We're going to check in with meteorologist Josh Cozart in just a few moments. But first, we want to get out to Ariel Yakabazi live for us tonight in downtown Portland. Ariel, I see you have a raincoat on. You had it on earlier tonight. You're wearing a wool coat now, trying to bundle up. What are the conditions like out there?
Well, Anthony, it's really cold out here. That's all I can say. It's not wet. The rain is breaking just for now, but it's been raining all afternoon. And the wet weather is actually causing lots of leaves. Look at all that on the sidewalk here at 4th and Clay Street in downtown Portland. It's also on the roadways. Lots of leaves. It's definitely fall. So this is actually the foliage PBOT is clearing out in certain parts of the city. Leaf pickup days are underway in Portland, and there are more than 50 leaf districts. Each one has a day and time where PBOT officials come through and clear out all these leaves. Now, you can rake your leaves you want picked up into the street the day before the pickup, but the city is no longer regularly coming through to sweep through residential streets, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, leaves aren't really the only things folks have to worry about this time of year. Just take a look at this video. This is a massive puddle over on Southeast 33rd and Powell. Now, we spoke to drivers and folks just trying to navigate this growing body of water, and it took a little bit of figuring out. But the folks at Bradia Auto Sales right next door says this is a problem they have to be ready for every rainy season.
The city's pretty good about knowing about this street. They come and they, vacuum out all the leaves. We do what we can to, try to help the situation. But, as you can see, as cars go through, it just keeps getting worse and worse as the rain comes down.
Alonzo is right there. He mentioned the puddle formed just this afternoon and grew to almost a lake. And we watched several folks, as I mentioned, trying to navigate it. And it was, I will admit, a little entertaining to watch. Thankfully, no cars were stalled, though, Anthony.
Well, that is the good news there, Ariel. I know you mentioned that PBOT certainly getting the word out about the possibility of folks getting towed. Can you walk us through some of the neighborhoods where that could be taking place?
Well, Anthony, in most of the districts, moving your vehicle is optional, but in some other areas, and I'm going to list them here, such as Goose Hollow, Northwest Portland, and Sullivan's Gulch, your vehicle could get towed. That's an $85 ticket, as well as a couple $100 in towing fees. We have more information and more in-depth information on our website at KOIN.com, so be sure to head on over there. Anthony, back to you.
Ariel Yakabazi live downtown Portland tonight for us. Ariel, thank you and stay warm. All right, Josh Cozart joins us now. You saw all the leaves in Ariel's live shot there. We were talking just a few moments ago that it can really create a problem for drivers, not just because of the water that we saw, but the leaves themselves.
Yeah, the leaves themselves, when you kind of get a lot of that moisture in the mix as well, it really creates for a bit of a lag in your stopping time. So if you are driving on some roadways that are leaf covered along with the wet weather, well, it's going to take you about 250 feet to come to a complete stop. It doesn't allow your tires to have a tight grip to the surface as opposed to a dry roadway that only takes about 80 feet to come to a complete stop if you're going about 40 miles per hour. So you also want to make sure that those storm drains are clear of any of those leaves, because as you mix in the water, it becomes slushy, it becomes large puddles or lakes, just like what Ariel was able to show us there across some of our roadways. And of course, the icky part of all of this is kind of that slick sludge that starts to develop as the leaves start to break down.
Yeah, and if it's not the leaves, it's the rain, right? It's one or the other, it seems like.
A lot is falling down over our heads here in the coming days.
All right, very good. Josh, we'll see you in just a few minutes to talk a little bit more about weather.
We know that